Just about to leave to the burn. It's about 8:45. Had to get the kids to school, and I got looking last night. It's hard to believe that we drew so poorly in the Pennsylvania Consolation and Stallion Series final, both at the Poconos and at Philadelphia. Now, this is important for a number of reasons. One, a horse like Harness AM rarely drew good all year. It's hard to believe, in fact, how poorly she drew. In fact, 8 her last 2 starts. It's really hard to believe that, but it is what it is, and it's racing. I'll touch on last night. I thought Spirit of Dio raced well. I don't know if she was quite as sharp as she was the other day. Now, it was a little colder. It's been 2 weeks. We did train her, but for whatever reason, she felt like she might have been just a hair less than 100%. Maybe not. Maybe it was the fact that it wasn't the pure ivory, that these fillies were a little tougher to tangle with. But she didn't feel like she had that same wallop that she had 2 weeks ago. But very good. I mean, mile 56 and 3, 28 and 3, trotted to the wire. Really beat ahead for 5th. Yeah, sure, I would have loved to race in the final, but I think she's proved that she's a good filly. It's a filly we purchased for $10,000. She's made just shy of 28, and looks like, from what I can see right now, it's a little early to tell. We still got a couple of weeks and a month a bit left in Ontario. One of our top prospects for a 3-year-old season, I would think. Here's a filly that rarely, she made some breaks, but rarely when she trotted, I don't think she ever trotted slower than 2 minutes, except her qualifier maybe. Showed 26 and 4 speed on the end of it at the Meadowlands, and then came back up here, had a couple of very, very modest or poor outings, and then raced huge in the final of the Pure Ivory, and then again raced pretty good last night. So all things on the table, all things considered, I think Spirit of Dio's had a good year, and looks like she is going to be some kind of force in 2020. One of our clients pointed out last night. Now, you won't hear me lobbying to send horses to Florida, because the truth of the matter is Florida is mostly for the trainers, right? Bob McIntosh made a career of racing horses out of the tundra here in Canada, and it's cold, it's painful. In this particular instance, this is a filly that might actually benefit from a bigger track to train down on. So when I got a message last night from Paul, one of our clients, one of your partners on the filly, saying, hey, what about sending her to Florida? My first instinct was no. But he made a good point. And I told him I don't subscribe to this idea that the horses can't train down with corks on in the cold. We've had pretty good success with all our horses. Our rate of horses breaking down, outside of a couple of weird injuries, as far as racing injuries are concerned, I would say lower than most stables. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I don't see the same horses breaking down that I do with injuries of all different magnitudes at other burns. Sure, we've had a couple suspensories of 3-year-olds, had that weird injury with Trafalgar, but I haven't seen that many broken feet. The only one that cracked a foot was in Indiana. So I don't know if I subscribe to this whole idea where it's just a better training environment. Yeah, for the horsemen it is. I'd love to be in Florida. But for the horses, I think Florida or Canada, I don't know that there's this massive benefit. We got to get them to Florida. I don't see it. So immediately I would say no. But in this case, Paul might be correct in the fact that I don't believe Spirit of Dio is going to benefit from training back on a half-mile track. I just don't. So she might be a horse we'd be worth sending to Florida. When it comes to a couple other horses, I mean, if we're going to send one, we could send a couple. I think it's a conversation we can have. I think she would benefit. Maybe a couple other ones would benefit also. So, yes, I believe there's some credence there. I'm certainly not going to dismiss it as non-factual, because it is. So it's something we're going to talk about. Now, when it comes to the weekend, as I said off the start of this video, I'm not going to Pennsylvania just because, well, one, it's a tough hill to climb, and two, it would cost our clients a lot of money to fly me and put me up in a hotel when, I don't know if you noticed, but Tim Tetrick is driving is driving the trotting filly in Philadelphia. Pretty hard to argue with that driver change. So, made sense. You know, why does Anthony need to be there when Timmy needs to drive? Tyler Buter's driving Libero, I believe. I'm not sure who's driving Path of Totality. You know, we toyed with the idea of scratching Path of Totality and just opting for non-winners of 2. I left it up to Tim. It's a long way for Tim to truck. Everybody says, oh, well, you know, he just wants the trucking money. Tim doesn't own a truck. So it's not Tim trucking. We would be paying somebody else to truck the filly all the way to the Poconos and race. I'm all for racing. I've seen horses win from the 9-hole. I've won from the 9-hole. But what's best for the filly is best for us. So I left it up to Tim yesterday. He's going to pour over the race, see what he thinks. I'm going to look at the race. At the end of the day, what's best for Path of Totality is what we're going to do. She's nearing the end of her stakes season, the end of her racing season, and I think she's done pretty good considering she's trotted a couple of times in 56, put away 21,000. Here's another filly, $10,000 purchase, a 2-year-old trotter that can trot in 56. I'll take those all day long. So now we're going to get into exactly why I made this video after 6 minutes and 24 seconds. So because I'm not going to the racing in Philadelphia and the Poconos, I'm going to go to Goshen. Now, that means I'm going to get up in the morning Saturday, drive 5 hours to the Meadows, race White Tiger, drive 2 hours to Columbus, race West 52nd and Ailsund. Then I'm going to get in my car again, which I normally wouldn't do. I'm going to get in my car. Well, I would have to get in my car, but I would drive to a hotel. I am going to drive to a hotel, but it's going to be in Buffalo. I'm going to drive 3 hours, probably, oh geez, it'd be 4 hours and a bit back. Drive as far as I can anyway, and get a hotel, get up in the morning, and I'm going to catch a 5 a.m. flight. I think it's 5, it might be 6, 5 or 6 a.m. flight to Stewart Air Force Base in right beside Goshen. I'm going to watch the sale, I'm going to get it back on a plane, I'm going to fly back to Buffalo, I'm going to get in my car that I left at the airport, and I'm going to drive home. I'll be home at midnight on Sunday night. I looked through the sale. There's really only 5 or 6 horses I'm interested in. That's it. Now, when I get to the sale, there might be something that catches my eye, but 5. There are 5 horses on this sheet right here. Now, I looked at the whole sale, and I'm looking at 5 horses in total. Where are you going, bud? Taking off?
Going take care of the horse that I got here.
Okay. You're at Shamrock?
No. I was TV Chase
Oh
movie.
my God. 1 second. So my buddy Dominic is up here. Just 1 sec. Dominic is up here from Quebec racing his horse. I told him he could crash at my house, but apparently he thought it'd be easier just to sleep in his truck overnight like a hobo. Go ahead. So there's 5 horses at the Goshen sale I'm looking at. Number 19's an Art Major. 2 foals, 2 winners. So 100% producing mare. Second dam is the dam of Sports Writer. Some of our clients have called me on this colt. Actually, this colt was the one that precipitated me going to Goshen. I had some that I liked, but nothing that I had to have. But I looked and saw this Art Major colt, well bred. Really rather like this colt. We have more of an update here. Amy has to open the door. Here you go, honey. Sunglasses. Anybody else? The neighbor's good? They don't want to come over? So we got Art Major. Second dam is the dam of Sports Writer. Obviously, I want to have a look at this colt. I don't want to discourage people from going to the Goshen sale, and I don't want to be the one to say the Goshen sale is anything but a good sale, but it is a little bit off the beaten path. It's a fairly new sale. It's only been going 3-4 years. So I am curious why a horse like this is in the Goshen sale. Now, this sale is run and owned, I believe, by a number of breeders. So this may be the reason. Just trying to put a horse in to attract people. It's attracted me. I'm interested in number 19, the Art Major colt. Next is a Muscle Massa filly, and I've had a couple of people throw some daggers knowing that I would be looking at this filly. Now, keep in mind, I want to go and look at these horses. Maybe they're a little smaller than I thought. Maybe they're not put together properly. Maybe all 5 of them are correct, and I'm just going to have a couple of beers and go home. I don't know. But number 34, Muscle Massa filly. A good family, but it's a big one. There's 13 foals. 13 foals. People might say, immediately, my father, Frederick, would say, no, absolutely not. I only want young mares. we did buy Wiggle, Delight out of a Big Family, and Stonebridge Simba, and a number of others. So it's not like we can't and won't buy horses from big families. We try to stay away from them as a rule, but this filly's video caught my eye. Her family caught my eye. Strong family, strong video. Again, she a little smaller than I think. She maybe not as correct as I hoped. I don't know, but I like muscle mastiffs. Every year, Amy and I have tried to get one. We got one Lawmaker, then we tried to get another one, White Tiger. Last year, we got Rose Run Versatile, obviously not of the same caliber, but at the same time, a very, very good filly. She made 18,000, trotted in 57, and I suspect she'll have a decent 3-year-old year. So number 34, Shelly Hanover, is a muscle massive filly. 13 foals or not, I'm going to have a look at Shelly when I get to Goshen. Number 66 is an American Ideal colt named Benson Ty, or T. It's colt, second foal. Both of them raced at 2, I believe. The one of the foals took a mark of 151, has made $63,000 in the New York Sire Stakes out of a Keystone Raider mare, Iron Tough. I've driven enough and had enough Keystone Raiders. My God, they were tough. I can only imagine the mares are too. Strong family, good looking colt, again on video. Want to have a look at this colt when I get to the sale, but as of right now, very interested in the American Ideal. Kenny, I never even thought. One of our clients, Kenny, loves American Ideals. We were looking at an American Ideal in another sale. This one here is a good looking colt too. Benson T, or Ty, number 66. Number 68's a well-said colt, Desperado. Don't have to tell you a whole bunch about this. Young mare, I believe only 2 foals, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 3. But the mare is a sister to Better's Delight. Video looks okay. Like what I see there. Again, want to see the horse on the ground. That's number 4. Number 5 is a first crop colt by Bar Hopping, Keystone Desperado. Good family, first foal, first crop of Bar Hopping. Looks big on the video. Again, looks big on the video. Want to have a look at this guy. Is he correct? Is he straight? Interested. The reason we're always interested is we can't buy Muscle Hills. I think he has 1 more year in Pennsylvania. Maybe I'm wrong. Can't buy Muscle Hills. Father Patrick's are going to be tough. Southwind Franks are going to be looked at a lot this year. Still have Cantab Hall. I know I'm missing at least 2 before I even get to Donato Hanover, and then Sebastian K's. I told one of our clients, I think we're going to be able to buy some Sebastian K's this year. I think maybe the best bred Sebastian K's at 30 cents on the dollar maybe, which makes sense. I think we need to tweak the way that we train them. Both, not all of them. Sebastian Yu came on late at the end of the year, took a long time to polish up. Knockdown Dragout, still trying to polish her up. Johan got injured, and then Sebastian Ray had a decent season. But again, I think they need a lot more work, much like the Man of Many Missions that we have, and we've had a lot of luck with them. So I know the Sebastian K's frustrate a lot of people. I think they frustrate them for the same reasons the Man of Many Missions did. They just need a heavier workload. We got that for them waiting at Campbellville. So I think what we're looking at is value as always. I don't know about the Bar Hoppings. I know some people are going to stay away and go with a much more accomplished sire like Father Patrick and those horses, and even Southwind Frank's first year. I think he's going to have a lot of eyeballs on him. Bar Hopping might fly under the radar. Might be worth a look. I've seen 2 of them. They both got kind of that odd, floppy, kind of lazy gait to them. But I'm not going to judge them on their gait in the field. I'm going to judge them on the track, and we're going to have to get them home to do that. So I want to take a look at this horse in particular. Is his conformation proper? Is he as big as he looks? His family does it for me as long as the value is there. So we have 5 horses: an Art Major, a Muscle Massive, a Bar Hopping, an American Ideal, and a Well Said. So that's 2 Pennsylvanias, 2 New Yorks, and an Ohio. So that's it, really. 5 that are on my radar. Now you know that I'm going to get to the sale and look at all the horses. I like to sit down in the chair and watch what everybody else is pulling out. Watch the other horses that everyone else is interested in. Maybe I missed something. Maybe there's an inside scoop. Maybe somebody is around the farm, knows this horse, good-looking horse. They bring it out. Voila, we see a horse. So a lot of the time I like to hang out and just watch what other people are doing. It's going to be pretty easy to look at my 5. Be interested to see what everybody else is looking at and looking for. So that's the scoop. I will be heading to Goshen for Sunday for a short trip to Goshen, New York, and then right back. I'll be in my bed by midnight on Sunday night. So another long weekend for me. Got to get up Saturday at 6 a.m., drive to the Meadows, race at the Meadows, drive to Scioto, race at Scioto, drive to Buffalo, fly to Goshen, and then Monday morning right back at it. A couple of more sales coming up. We got the big sale. I'm going to outline that. Saturday is going to be the Ohio Select sale next week. We have the viewing on Thursday morning, and then we have the sale on Friday. I'm going to look at a pile of colts and fillies and trotters and pacers I want you guys to look at, and we'll have an exclusive rundown of the entire sale. If you guys want to come to any of the sales, Kelly put it out last week. Every year we get people saying, geez, I would have went to the sale with you. I didn't want to bother you at the sale. You look busy. I'm always approachable, and I'm happy to bring as many people along with me that want to come. So if you want to go to a sale, you can be sure I'll be there. You just simply drop me a line, and we'll set it up. You guys can come and see what I see at the sales and how we do things at the sales. Might be fun, it might not. Anyway, that's it for this morning. I turned a short video into a 16-minute video. It's not that hard. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.